Hello, everyone. This is Gia McQueen here with Parent Voices Unfiltered. Today we have an exciting topic, and which is what are advocates talking about in 2024? And luckily, we have awesome advocate and mom here with us today. Marta, would you please join us?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us. We would love to hear more about your work and family here on Unfiltered.
Well, my name is Marta Valdez, and I work for my son as an IHSS provider, and I am a organizer fellow in Sonoma chapter. My family includes my husband Alejandro, and we have two children. My Karen, who is 18 years old and is currently in her first year of the community college, and our younger child Lian is 10 years old and is in the fourth grade of elementary school, and he is in the spectrum.
Wow, thank you so much. You have such a beautiful family, and we're so happy for you to be doing all this awesome work and advocacy here at Parent Voices. And so, as you know, we recently had our Knowledge is Power event, and we're really diving into the importance of political education. Did you want to talk a little bit more about Knowledge is Power with PV?
Of course, um, knowledge as power is an important event. It's an important event because it's the way that we can express our feelings, our thought when we are going to talk about our family needs. But now, talking about special education or disabilities, kids, this is the important moment to go there and talk to the legislator and tell them what is our needs, what is our kids' needs in the present. So I think that children's need more fixes in the system. Our kids needs that resources it can be more easily to take to go there. So for me, if for all the parents who have special needs, sometimes can be difficult to access to these resources. And what is the connection? The knowledge is power for political education is so close. And in the at the moment that you are increase your knowledge, you can see that there are a lot of things to do with political education. When you want to change something, for example, at school, about the IEPs, about the person who provides ABA therapies, or when you talk about the person who care your kids and respect, you notice that you have to go to the political education to make these changes. You can't do it by your own. You need the people, you need the other family, you need the organizations to do it.
You are so right. Um, I know Knowledge is Power is actually also, of course, it's one of my favorite events that PV has each year, and it does it. It talks about the budget process, understanding the importance of committees and legislative visits, and it really helps advocates really understand more of the kind of the grueling process of having a bill passed. And so, as you said, it's in building community connections with legislators and going to the visits and understanding the resources out there. It helps to build beautiful bills that really help families that you know utilize particular services, including childcare and families that also have children with disabilities. And it's so important that we uplift their experiences and making sure that their kids and families are receiving the services that keep them thriving and healthy in California and also, in the US. Um, any other things about knowledge is power you want to mention?
Yes, personal, I have the experience to go there with knowledge is power. And I remember going in front of the legislator, and when they are going to take a decision, like a cut in the budget, like recently we heard that the government wants to make changes in the budget, and one of these changes is going to affect special education. So we can't just hear that he is going to do this. We have to uh, increase our voice, go in front of the legislator and tell them how this change is going to affect your community, how it's going to impact the families. And they need to hear you. They need to hear your personal experience in order to not only recognize a number. When they are cutting the budget, just saw the numbers. But behind the numbers, our family, our children, they're going to be affected. So go to the knowledge is power is so important because you can change in a few 3 minutes their mind.
That is so wonderful. I agree. I think it's really important, especially as an advocate, that we're continuing to speak with other advocates and other parents and families to make more sense of what's working for them, how others can help. And so recently, I I tried to I created a top things for advocates. And I thought it would be really interesting to talk about some of the things that advocates are looking forward to and things that we're working on this upcoming year. Um, do you want to share some things that you think you would like to highlight?
Yes, probably gonna go back a little bit, but it's important to me just to give this very specific point. Um, as an advocacy for your community, it is important to engage with legislators and other advocates across the state to discuss how the budget proposal can impact the families, as I said before. It is also essential to ask them important questions about, for example, how their decision will affect you, your kids, your community, and share your story, make the budget decision, but then you have to highlight the child priorities. What I'm saying that when they take the decision, they do not hear the parents. And when we are in a special group, we heard about we need therapies, we need occupational therapies, we need more recreation services. We have our priorities, and sometimes it's like a we have a different size in the size of the government and the size of the families or our kids with the special needs or with disability.
Mhm.
So this is something that is like a shock that how they didn't know that this is our priorities. They didn't know. So we have to be there and remind them the
Mhm.
order, the
Mhm.
importances.
Yes.
And when you talk with other organizers, for example, Parents' Voices have a connection with other groups like ICC. This is a special group with go deep to the the federal law and government law about a specific special education. We learn each other. This is something that parents' voices did, like learn each other's and create a good group of people who's going to fight for all of us. So if you believe that as a parent you can do this, change your mind. Change your mind because your personal story can be so strong, so strong. And I think parents needs to understand that being involved with different group it is important. You can fight just with your side, thinking I can the only one. Just think that you can be with other parents. So don't feel alone.
Yeah.
Parents' Voices is a group, is a good group when you can advocacy for your kids' rights.
Wow. I love it. I actually also I love being an advocate and really also evaluating the stability of the childcare system, and that's really huge to continue to understand like it's stabilizing and the providers are getting the rates and the families are getting the care that they need, and also that if families have a particular need, whether it's linguistic, cultural, based on developmental needs, it's very important that they have a childcare setting that's fitting for their family, and that it eases, parents' worries or concerns. That's the main point of,
Right.
having quality childcare. And so I think that's important as an advocate as we continue throughout the year. And then also, I think it is important that we're celebrating Women's History Month. We have some beautiful pioneers in women's history that are include, our teachers, lawmakers, our moms, our aunties, that are continuing to pave the way and make creating great women's history. And then also, I just wanted to add that this year for advocates, especially PV, well, not even just PV, but we also look forward to Stand for Children's Day. That is a huge day. And so a lot of us advocates, we look forward to Stand for Children's Day. And so I just wanted to highlight some of the work and things that come with being an advocate, especially in California. Um, and so, thank you so much. You've highlighted some really important things, and also in your work as an advocate. So Marta, since you have this all this beautiful knowledge and understanding of helping parents advocate and also understanding legislative process, what are some things that you would like to share about your own experiences as a mom with a child with
Oh my
developmental
gosh.
disability?
Yes, I would like to share like positive things that my son brought me. When I received his diagnostics, is I think some other parents can like connect with me. It is a shock moment. It is a shock moment that you feel alone. You feel like how can I manage this? And in order that you make the process, you start to looking for response. Who can help me? Who is that? Who is the best doctor for my son? Or who can brings the resources that he needs? Because you need to involve in his disability in order to find the correct resources. So I can say that uh, I feel like the knowledge that I gain is going to help me in manage the system.
Hmm.
So I find support groups. I find I was related and a board member at my son's school. I I was trying with people who or parents who has the same disability than my son, even though They can be, their kids can be youngest than my son or oldest, because the way that I can learn and help others parents in their process. So another thing that Leanne brings me to me is be selective. Be selective with the resources.
Hmm.
An example can be that my son was assisting a gymnastic class, and I feel they did not provide the the things that he needs, and also they close their they offers to my son. And I was thinking, I'm not going to fight with these people. I'm not going to take the
Wow.
use my time try to prove that they are wrong. So now my son is going to dance school, where he's enjoy the place, that he feel happy, that he feel like that he is in a safety place. So it's, for me it is more inclusive classroom. They're not discrimination.
Yeah.
And this is, I believe, that is selective.
Yeah.
And another thing that I can say that is, I have a collaborative spirit. When I say that, is because I really want to help others. I really want to share my personal experience, because my purpose is help them. So now I am a fellow in PV, or Parents Voices coming in special education. So we have a group of parents when we can, talk about our issues, our thought, our feeling, how can manage the different disability that our kids have. So is
Yeah. What that's really interesting. I'm so I'm glad that you're providing so much important information and helping other parents that also may be experiencing some of those within their families, some whether it's like if even if it's no challenges or if it's just having a space to share with other parents, it's really important. Do you want to share some of the main topics that you think parents with kids with autism find important?
yeah, for I think our parents need to be let me I think they need to well, for them, I think they have a lot of issues. One of them is the bully and the stereotypes that there is everywhere,
Okay.
so they feel like they are alone. The system didn't understand their kids needs. So I think it is important for this month understand the start bullying, the start stereotypes. We need to really find strategies to understand our kid disabilities. I think something more important is create a pair relationships and empathy. Um, some others is educate parents. Educate parents is so important, um, because if they have the information their kids needs, they're gonna can be advocacy for them. Another if the opposite could be like, you can see how your kid grew up without services. It's like you pause their life. So you need to move on, educate yourself in your kid disability. And believe me, you are going to go out and find that um, priorities, resources that your kids needs.
Mhm. That is so true and really wonderful. I think it is very important that if those are some of the main things that are concerning or that you also think to be true, It's definitely it's great work that you're talking about these things with other parents, in which it's great to be of great support as an advocate in making sure bills are passed that help with these things and or alleviate, some stereotypes, or also bring more support and strategies, whether it be in the educational setting, um, childcare setting, that it's all for the best of families. So it continues to improve, making more improvements. Our kids are getting their needs met, and there's always, parents like you and myself that care and want to continue to make sure the information is shared with other families as well. So I thank you so much. Um, I thought also it's really interesting that that they really try to make sure the in understanding National Developmental Disability Awareness Month. They really implemented this month as a way to framework services that were, person centered, sorry, multicultural focus. And so I think the main thing is highlighting that we want to celebrate awareness of families that have children that that are may have have developmental disabilities, and that we're always highlighting those things, that it's families of different cultures, and we also want to make sure that each child's needs are met. So I thought that was really important, and as I did a little bit more research to figure out how how this month is also really important for families, and for you coming and sharing all this wonderful information with us. And so just want to tell you thank you. Do you have any other things you wanted to share with us? I love talking with you. So
Yeah, yeah. When you are talking about it, I was remember the parents. We feel like the healthcare system is, is difficult. Access to resources is difficult, but we can lose and we can just think that this is it. You have to uh, look around and find and fight and go there for the legislator and make changes. And why I'm go back to these topics, because people or parents feel that they don't have nothing to do. And when you talk about Latino families, something that they always feel like they are alone. I
mhm,
have language barrier. I can talk with a doctor. I can ask for resources, and at the same time provide the best love for our kids in order to know that what is going to be the future for them. So until things about that this is the end, you need to just continue advocacy for your kid, be the lawyer for your kids, just need to educate yourself, increase your knowledge. And when you do this, you're going to feel a release. Okay, I get this step, I
yeah,
find the perfect doctor, I find the perfect therapy. So just think like this, that it's going to take time, but you can do it. And when you see your kids improve themselves, you're going to feel like this is why I did this. This is
yeah.
why I was doing this for his, well, for a long time, probably.
Wow, you're so right. Um, Thank you so much. I think you are such a wonderful mom, and I'm so glad to talk with you today. And for PV Unfiltered, we do have some more things coming up next month. I just wanted to also remind everyone, actually, we also have an upcoming budget hearing on March 20th. And so we're advocating for, of course, childcare, other services related to CalWorks. And so we want to make sure our members know that we have an upcoming budget hearing on March 20th. And then also PV, we have another Unfiltered Live, of course, next month. And I can't wait to have another fellow on next month. And we have a poetry open mic scheduled for April. And so we will have some awesome things to share with you next month and continue to advocate for this budget and for bills that should be passed in helping our families and across California. So thank you, Marta, so
Thank
much for
you.
joining us today. And we would love to have you on again. So we'll talk more.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for this time to share with others. Um, so we are gonna be here, with PV.
Great. So thank you so much. And until next time, this is Gia McLean here with Parent Voices Unfiltered. Bye.
Bye.